Hey, good evening, boat friends. January 12th, 7 p.m. Central Time. You see, we got the new variation of the boat friend Snowman that's sitting right here on the cold pier in Duluth, Minnesota. Almost as always, when we get together, it's a Friday night. We have snow coming down here in Duluth. I'm going to get to the cold. You probably saw the title to the video. It was nothing but, I would say, 24 hours ago that we were together right here on this pier, and we were talking about what the weather would be like here in Duluth. Now, did it live up to the hype? Possibly. I mean, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to show you a couple videos and some pictures. We are going to go walk down next to Lake Superior. You can see there is some wind for sure. Give you a shot right here of some of the flags. Take a look at the roof. We are in Duluth, Minnesota, and you are watching Vibe with Mike. This is home of the Boat Friends community. It's people from all across the world that love watching the ships come through right here, the aerial lift bridge, that when the ships are coming through, goes up to 135 feet. And what is a boat friend? Boat friend is a person that loves watching these ships. It's a good person, and it's all about just having some good, clean fun, and that's what we do here on this channel. And we really have developed a channel where we have real friendship. So I hope all of you are doing great on a Friday night. And one thing I'm going to ask you, can you say the city and the temperature if you are here in the United States or in Canada? And if you're out of the country, if you're outside of Canada or the US, just put in your country and the temperature right now, because I'll tell you, it is cold. And let's take a look at some of these temperatures and cities that people put in there. Because if you are colder than what I'm dealing with today, right now with the wind chill factored in, it is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. So it can get colder than that. Let me show you the snow again. See, I got the Boat Friends beacon, that blue light that you see on the pole. Anytime that I'm out here going live, I show that to you. But I hope all of you have had a great week, and now it's time to kick back, have some fun. Let's get the show started. Again, this is live right now as it happens. And to those that want to learn a little more real quick, my format is I cover the ships and the weather. Ships 95% of the time. Hey, Lumpy. Hey, Dave. How are you, Frank, Pam, Corey, Bill, Bev, Jennifer? Jennifer said it's 49 degrees there in West Virginia, 55 in San Francisco for John. It's going by so fast here on the screen. 70 degrees in Amelia Island, John is saying. That's a wonderful temperature. I wish I could have some of that right now. GMC Jimmy, Florida, 76 degrees. 63 there for Elizabeth in North Carolina. How are you, my friend? See Kenneth is on there. How you doing, friend? Rob, I saw him waiting to go live. I see Jay. I believe you're still in Japan. I hope you are doing well. Carl is on there. 65 degrees in Statesboro. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about the channel, what I do for those that are new. There's a lot of new subscribers, a lot of people that are digging what we do here in Duluth, and maybe it's a little bit of sympathy for the weather that I have, but I think a lot of people love these ships. There are some people walking down here, so that's kind of interesting, but I approach this, a little different than others. I approach this as a live news report style, so I'm always talking. I'm telling you what's happening live in that type of format. So if you like the talking, this is part of the channel. That's just how it is. So if you don't, well, you know what? Just turn down the volume, enjoy the scenery, but that's how I approach this. I wanted to be a little different and do something completely new. Let's get to the show, my friends, and then we'll get chatting and we'll go down by Lake Superior. So, last night, if you remember, Rick, thank you so much. $20 donation. Much appreciated, brother. I promise you, I will go and get some hot cocoa after this. But check this out. So last night when we were together, remember this? We were expecting right around this time, 6, 7 p.m., 43 mile per hour gusts. And so 24 hours later, here's what we are sitting with right now as I'm live with you. 19 degrees for the air temperature right now. Wind chill, as I mentioned, 3 degrees Fahrenheit. So believe me, it is cold, because when this wind is gusting, you can feel it on your face. It really gets cold. Wind speed, we got gusts up to 28 miles per hour, which will go down by the lake, and that does make a significant difference, but a little short of that 43 miles per hour that was predicted. 21 mile per hour wind speed that is sustained. But here's what I wanted to show you now. The meteorologists, they're not wrong. What you see right here is Lake Superior. Ken, thank you so much for that $5 donation. I promise you, there'll be a lot of hot cocoa going to me over the next few days. But this is Lake Superior, what you are seeing. And I'm going to hit play on this. And this is going to give you a visual representation of what's going on out there on the lake. So take a look at this. That is the actual wind speed. You have Duluth right down here. That's where we are at. Now, when you see the purple and the blue, that is legitimately 50 mile per hour gusts out on the lake. And it starts over here at Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, goes all the way through. So we're watching a lot of these vessels. That's what they're dealing with. That's why a lot of them are hunkered down. I think the Indiana Harbor was over at Apostle Islands, hunkered down as well. So that is the wind speed. That's the direction coming straight at us here in Duluth. And I wanted to show you what's going on with some of the ships that are in harbor right now. This is Duluth, so there's the aerial lift bridge where we are at right now. The ships that I'm going to be watching for the weekend with you, and especially tomorrow, I think we'll be seeing some departures. The Great Republic, the Spear will probably be taken off. The H. Lee White, I think that'll probably be possibly the first one, but there will be some ship traffic tomorrow, so let's keep our eye out for that tomorrow and Sunday. So I think we're going to have some fun without a doubt. I wanted to get to a couple boat friends shout out before we go walk down by Lake Superior and check out the weather. These are some people that, I've done a lot of emailing and real friends of the channel. We got Hans L. in Norway. Want to say hello. He sends in a lot of different pictures to me in an email. Jeffrey, we see him a lot of times in the comments from Barbados. We know that Jeffrey, he has no shovel to shovel snow in his house or garage. He's pretty good, so there ain't no snow down there. Jason Welks, Tacoma, Washington. How are you, my friend? Kent Harper, Alberta, Canada. Sam and his 7-year-old son, Little Sam. They watch Vibe with Mike. They love watching the ships together, so I want to say hello to Little Sam. They're in New Mexico. Jack R., Omaha, Nebraska. Stephanie Lublin, Toronto, Canada. Gustavo Y. He sends me a lot of different things. He's down there in Ecuador, shows me he has a small little boat that they take out on these canals down there, so I might share some these photos with you here in upcoming streams, but I want to say hello to Gustavo. Chuck and Jen from Columbus, Ohio. You both have been with me since the very start. A little more than a year ago, I started live streaming the ships, and they've been with me the whole way. Mike F. from Shakopee, Minnesota. Axel H. from Denmark. He sends me a lot of different videos, and I think I'll share those coming up. Also, Sanrio D. from Toluca, Mexico. How are you, my friend? Sends me some cool emails showing me the beautiful countryside there. Now, here's a funny one. Actually, really cool. Lance and Dina. Now, if you remember last year, I was broadcasting live. I did a live stream in Brooklyn, New York, right outside of Manhattan, and I was showing the skyline. Well, Dina was just happening to look for different things live streaming in New York City. She found the channel when I was live there in New York City, and she's been watching ever since. And then her boyfriend at the time, Lance, he started watching the ships. Well, guess what? Both of them got engaged on January 1st of this year in New York City. So I want to say hello to both of them in Manhattan, New York. Thank you so much for watching and keeping your eye out for the weather here. Also, Chen Hao Jun from Nanjing, China. He is in the maritime community. He is part of a maritime organization there in China. Sends me a lot of cool photos on the ship that he's on, which I think I'll share as well. But again, we are worldwide boat friends. And again, the thing that connects us all together is the ships. And I think just having a good spirit and staying positive, everybody that I mentioned, good people, and I know all of you are too. So wanted to show you the newest variation of the Boat Friend Snowman. It's getting bigger, if you notice that. And I think a lot of people, they want to see some eyes. We're gonna start dressing this up. So the next one, we'll see. I might surprise you with the next Boat Friend Snowman. But again, those that are joining live, we're here in Duluth, Minnesota. It is cold with the wind chill factored in. It is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's walk down over by Lake Superior and take a look at the waves. It's a cold one down here on the pier. But I hope everybody's doing great. I see Cheryl's on there. Ed, how are you? Dwayne, hope you're doing good. And I see, look at Texas. Thank you for that $10 donation. Doug and Carla in Benson, Arizona. Thank you so much. I'll try my best to stay warm. I got that thick jacket, so I think I should be good to go. But thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. And I see, again, I mentioned Ken. Thank you so much. But we are going to walk down. As always, I have those boots. I have the snow pants on, and I got that extra big jacket. Take a look at the snow still coming down as we walk. You can see the wind gust is pushing that snow pretty good. Yeah, I will wave on the cam behind me when I go by. You see me, I got that red jacket on. I'm walking. As I walk here, I'm kind of keeping my fingers covered as much as I can, because that wind, what happens is you really start feeling that. Deb, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate that. And I know, Deb, you're feeling under the weather. I hope you feel a lot better. So boat friends, Deb, not doing too good. She's pretty sick right now. So, you know, send some prayers her way. Let's make her feel better. And that's what it's all about, is all of us having a good time together and staying positive with each other, right? Well, let me show you the waves. So I'll give you an idea what we got going on here, what Lake Superior has to offer in a January winter. Again, we don't have that 40-mile-per-hour wind as they talked about, but guess what? You do see some wave action there. And I'm holding this gimbal pretty tight, so the wind is really blasting. But take a look at the waves. So I'm going to try my best to stabilize this camera for you, give you a couple of shots of the waves coming through. And believe me, that is some cold water, my friends. Don't even think about getting the shorts on and going down there for a swim. It's not going to work too good. Sugar, thank you so much. $5 donation. Super appreciate you. Believe me, I'm up to probably a gallon of hot cocoa now from everybody. So that's going to come in handy this weekend. But I think we'll watch the waves here for a couple seconds. Isn't that cool, though, to see that snow with those icy waves and the cold coming in? Beautiful Duluth in the background that you can see. And those that are joining live, we are here. This is Lake Superior, the largest of the 5 Great Lakes. Give you a quick pan around so you can see what's going on. I'll go slow here. I know people want me to go a little slower with those pans, so I will. There's a Duluth hillside with those communication towers. Maya, thank you so much. Much appreciated, my friend, for that donation. Take a look at the aerial lift bridge. Ships go under that bridge. For those that are joining, I am on the North Pier across the canal. That's a ship canal. That is the South Pier. We have these gates that are closed. Normally you can walk all the way out, but they are shut to prevent people from having issues. It's really a safety situation. But you know, I'm really surprised that these waves are really kicking up. If you're watching the canal cam earlier, not too much going on, but guess what? I mean, almost always when this happens, when we go live, all of a sudden things start happening. So I think that might be the luck of that boat friend Snowman. Who knows? But I want to give you a good shot of really what is going on live. And notice some of the ice that is starting to freeze over on those rocks. Patrick, thank you so much for the $10 donation, my friend. Super appreciate that. He says, crazy weather again in North Carolina, 40-mile-per-hour winds and driving rain, 5-inch in the mountains the past 11 days. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Patrick. Nice thing to say. But what do you think? Everybody, have you had the issues with the weather too? So those that are having some wild weather, throw in there how much snow you have. I mean, maybe even if you're having it tomorrow, give all of us an update what's going on, because I did see some crazy weather is going to be happening all over the country. But here's what I'm going to do. Let's walk around a little more. I don't want to get too stale with the same shot. Oh, I saw a $10 donation. Van Toby, thank you so much. Crazy weather again. Yep, I saw that come through. Thank you so much for that donation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around. Carol, thank you so much. You know what? I'm going to have probably 2 gallons of hot cocoa over the next couple days. That'll give me plenty of energy. I'll get some coffees and different things like that. I love the espressos and all of that. Rob, thank you so much. Much appreciated, my friend. Now, listen, all of you, just stay warm. Let me do a quick impression with the boots down here. Give you a shot of, you know, there are some isolated areas where there's multiple inch drifts. But I'm going to walk around a little bit And we are going to go back to looking at Lake Superior, but I just want to give you a feel of the action of what's going on. You can see the green light on the bridge. We don't see that too often. And if you recall, that means that there's an outbound current. So I'm going to be really careful as I walk. You don't want to see your buddy Mike fall on his butt here live, do you? I sure don't. Give you a shot of the lake as we walk here. Yeah, I really like being out here. I mean, yeah, it's cold, but I got the right winter gear, and I think that it's really fun. So for me, I'm kind of a weather nut too. So as I mentioned, if you follow this channel, 95% of the time, it's always going to be ships. So if you're a ship enthusiast, don't worry, that's all we cover. But when we have issues like this where there are storms and there is something to talk about weather-wise, thank you, Little Bob. Thank you for that donation. I like getting out here and showing it to you because for me, I'm kind of one of those people that I like looking at the Weather Channel when there's crazy weather other places. Again, want to make sure people are safe and there's no issues, but it intrigues me. You know, you see some of this type of weather. So what I'm really trying to do in this situation is just bring you here live, show you what's going on in a climate that might be a little wilder than what you're dealing with. Check out these waves. I'm just going to walk up here and show you these waves from a different angle. It's pretty cool. I just saw a big one blast over. So we'll watch this for a couple minutes, just very picturesque. You can see the snow right here on the rocks. You see a little bit of ice that's sitting there in the water. You can see both piers. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, again, the lake can be really beautiful, but there's a lot of power there too, as we all know. So you definitely don't want to take that for granted when you go out there. Just be aware that those sailors that are out there, this is the type of stuff that they have to deal with. So we'll have to go back and see some more of the wave action. It looks like we got one kind of rumbling coming through. You can see over there. There we go. Nice little one. Marianne, thank you so much for that donation. Much appreciated, my friend. I see Victoria's on there. Let me go back and take a look at, I see Mitch, Mary Wright, how are you? And forgive me, you know, if I could, I would be answering every comment, saying something, but I'm kind of walking, checking out what's going on live, making sure that I keep my fingers warm. So forgive me if I don't do too much chatting when I'm walking around. I always try to look down and pay attention. So just don't think I'm trying to ignore anybody. Looks like the snow is getting a little thicker as we go. Megan, thank you so much for that donation. Very kind to you. Really enjoying your videos. Thank you for being out there. Hey, I really appreciate you watching the channel and being involved. All the boat friends, that is. Just making sure, is everything going good with the sound and the video? Because when I get into this cold, I just want to make sure that I'm good and it's solid here, the connection for everybody. Okay. Okay, great. Vicky, how are you? There's Brett. Give you a shot of the bridges and say hello to everybody. SC Patriot, how are you? Kathy, Jeff, how you doing? Finally get to watch a live, Jeff said. You know, that's the thing. Bob, how are you? Victoria, nice seeing you. I saw Elizabeth was on there. Timothy, how are you, my friend? Ghost is on there too. What's up, Ghost? Frank, you know, a lot of people have asked, how can I watch the live stream? I mean, it's really simple. Just subscribe and keep your eye out for when you know, a lot of times it's a couple hours ahead of time I will put that when I'm going to go out. So keep your eye on my community page, but it is fun watching the live because it's happening right now. And that's my favorite type of videos. I love when someone's doing it right now because, you know, I'm out here, it's cold, you might be kind of kicking back in your chair, it's warm, well, your buddy's walking through the snow. But the truth is we're walking through the snow together. So keep these boots on or you're gonna have some problems. So what do you want to do? I'm gonna leave it up to you, boat friends. We have multiple things that we could do right now, so I don't just walk around aimlessly and think I'm doing exactly what would be fun for you. We can go watch the waves. We can just kind of walk and talk over by the bridge. I can maybe take a little bit of a walk over there by the city area, you know, over by Lake Avenue where all the shops and stuff are. I don't want to do too much walking there because I don't want to have an issue crossing the street. We can go up here on the lake walk. So here's the 4 options. Go up by the lake walk, look at the lake, the surrounding area. Do a little bit of a walk over there by the city. So you have lake walk, say this, lake walk, city, bridge, or waves. So we can walk by the bridge, look at things over there, waves over here, lake walk, or city. And you know, the truth is we can do all of them, but I think as far as a pecking order, I just want to see what sounds good for you. Lake walk, waves, bridge. That's it. Okay, it's kind of tough because it looks like we're kind of split down the middle there. Snow Angels, Deb is asking me to do, yeah. And we definitely will go see that Boat Friends Snowman here in a few moments. Well, how about this? Let's go over to the lake walk. We'll do like a 5 minutes over there. I'll kind of hug around, walk over by Grandma's. So that'll take us about 5 minutes. Get over by the bridge. So I think we'll give everybody a best of tour, right? So let's start with the lake walk. And to those that are unfamiliar what this is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a boardwalk essentially that you can walk and check out the lake. Hugs Lake Superior. Now, as you're approaching these stairs, you see what I mean? Not as easy, right? So what I'm going to do, the trick is you kind of shove the boot in where you feel where the stair is. You see that? And I push up against the edge. Now I know I'm right where I need to be. So when you're walking upstairs in the snow, remember that trick. Push that boot till you feel the edge of that step. Then you know you're on solid footing. So like, look at this. How are you going to go up that? Well, you already know. Let's feel it out. Boom. See, I feel the edge of the step, which you really can't even see, but trust me, it's good. You got to have some good boots too. So here's a lake walk. Let's take a look at a wave from this direction. Seems it's kind of like there's a lull here and there, and then we get a good wave. Snow is still coming down. You've seen me start out at this spot a lot. Yeah, the wind is hitting me really good. So here's a lake walk all the way along Lake Superior here in Duluth. Very, very cool. You can see all those rocks that normally you see. Someone was asking about Fitkers. Fitkers is right in that direction. So that's kind of an area where they have restaurants, and there's a hotel, very historic building that's over there. Yeah, I've seen a couple other people. Chuck is saying I'm the only one out here. I did see a couple people out here earlier. Now you got some waves right there. That's pretty cool. Mark, thank you so much for that donation. Mark says, love the channel in Hilbert, Wisconsin. 30 degrees, going sub-zero Sunday night. So I think, yeah, to the friends in Wisconsin, there's, people here in the United States, it's a big weekend for NFL playoffs. So you got a lot of teams that are going to be playing. It'll be kind of fun watching that. Ed, how are you? Doug, how you doing? Nice seeing you on there. Lumpy, always good seeing Lumpy. Let's see here. Mike Rhodes is on there too. Go for Hockey, how are you? All right. Well, I'm going to make it a little easier on myself. Now, I showed you, here's the thing. I showed you how to walk up, right? That seemed pretty easy. That made a lot of sense. Now, as I look back down, as I'm saying, how am I going to show you how to walk back down? Not too much of a strategic process that I can show you there. So we have to be smarter than the steps, right? So now we're going to walk down the ramp, and I'm going to take my time here because you just never know if there could be some ice below too. But the snow's a little deep as we go down. Wonderful seeing everybody. We have over 750 people watching live right now. Super appreciate that. Hope your Friday night is going great. And to those in Australia, remember it's Sunday now. So we've had those boat friends that say, hey, especially when I'm doing those Sunday night live streams, when I say it's the weekend, they said, look, I'm already at work on a Monday. So you got to keep that in mind. But if you could hit that like button, we have so many people in here watching. It takes 2 seconds, but it makes all the difference to YouTube to realize that this channel is about good content and having fun, and people are genuinely enjoying the channel. So if you hit the like button, it takes you a second of your time, but it makes all the difference. So let's go take a walk now. You can see the parking lot. Not too many vehicles out here. Keep our eye on the bridge. And here's that huge propeller I've shown you many times before. You know, as I walk, I'm going to tell you this. Don't feel too bad for me, because as I'm walking, I'm feeling warmer now because I got a good jacket. So this walking around is helping. I get my steps in with you. We get to talk. Check that out. Pretty cool. We're going on an impromptu tour. Here I thought we're just going to look at the boat front snowman, look at the snow for a little bit, but you know how it goes with me. All of a sudden I start talking, and then all of a sudden we're walking around everywhere. Yeah, it's really interesting. I saw the plows that have been plowing these streets, and it's been a crazy winter, as you know, in December. Not a lot going on weather-wise. There's green grass that was all over here in December. So now we finally got the winter that we've been talking about. I'm going to go through the back side of the building because you've seen this area so many times. A couple times I've walked you over here. Let's do something new. So we're going to walk right through the Army Corps of Engineers parking lot here. The weekend has started. Nobody's really around. Give you something new to look at. So we have over 800 people that are watching live. You are watching Vibe with Mike. This YouTube channel focuses on ships here in Duluth, Minnesota. We are right next to the aerial lift bridge. And about 5% of the time, so mostly it's ships, 5% of the time I'm out here showing you weather events that happen in Duluth. Whether it's a summer storm, winter storm, I'm out here showing you what's going on live. And believe me, what I'm looking forward to is when we do have that legitimate Minnesota blizzard, I am going to document that for you. So I'll show you what's going on. And I'm looking forward to that happening, which it will at a certain point. Yeah, not a lot of people, Vanessa saying not a lot of people are braving the cold. But again, yeah, I'm going to make sure that the heat is cranked up when I get back. Yeah, and Brett says he likes the night videos. And I like the night videos too, because it seems like the light is pretty decent as far as the illumination here in the area. So I'm able to actually show you really what's going on where you can really feel like you're here. So like I told you, we're all going to get something that we like on this video. So now I'm going to go through this opening and we're going to walk down the pier. And you know, some of these artistic shots that I do, so something like this, yeah, it looks just like a regular light. But again, let me frame that just for a couple seconds. To me, some of that visual where you see that snow going through the light, I don't know. I notice those things, and you see that in some of the other videos that I actually edit. I love finding those type of things because even though it's in plain sight and it just looks like it's a standard random moment, if you look at it for that 5 seconds that I leave it in there, it does become something that's more artistic and a little different. Thank you so much for that donation, my friend. That's from not a whale. Said more hot chocolate. Go packing Badgers. Yeah, all the Wisconsin friends, they got, hey, at least you got some teams in the playoffs, unlike us here in Minnesota. But here's another thing too. I always try to incorporate these lights in. I mean, look, I know it's a standard light to most, but for just, there's something that to me stands out about those lights here along the pier. I think about the history and all the ships and the weather. Something cool about that to me. Now here we go. Now we're walking down. Give you a shot up at the light pole so you can see some of that snow. Yeah, Rob, good point. So everybody hit that like button with all the people that are in here right now. All it takes is 1 second. Hit the like button, makes all the difference. Guess what? Can you believe this? Do you remember last night? I didn't even go to check to see if this was here. I figured some kid or something threw it on. You got a double snowman tonight. Let me show you them both on the pier. Okay, look on the left. There's the new Boat Friends snowman. Look on the right. Here's the one from last night. Can you believe it? It's still here. Here it is. Here's the original. This is the little brother to the one that we just had, that we put up. That's cool. Now that's what it's called in a snowy climate. Oh, El Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that donation. Now here's the snowman from last night. Now we're gonna go to the big brother. Now you will see it. I tried to make it a little larger on this one. Yeah, Bill is saying double snowman. My little log home life. That's a really cool screen name. I like that. Pamela, how are you? Great seeing you. The famous Pamela from YouTube. So awesome seeing her on here when she comes through. Pamela G. Hope you're doing great, my friend. I don't know if I saw Ralphie on here down in St. Paul. I know Karen down in St. Paul. I'm sure both of you are getting some different weather. Now here's the big brother. Give you a better shot of this. Yeah, that's right. Susan said that snowman from yesterday is now the Iceman. So, yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting. I mean, it looks like there are some eyes on there, which I didn't do. I mean, that's just a coincidence. But I do got to get something in the future to really make a snowman with the eyes and everything. But again, wanted to get down here to show you what is going on. Been down here about a half an hour, but you know what, boat friends? Please plan on watching tomorrow and Sunday. I will be out here live. There will be some ships that will be leaving. We'll watch for some to arrive. I think heavier traffic will happen on Sunday, but who knows? It could happen tomorrow. The only thing that I ask you on this live stream, don't worry about the likes. If you want to hit the like, great. But to those that still have not subscribed, that's all I'm asking you. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you $0, 0 cents. There is no cost to subscribe. All that means is you will join the Boat Friends community. You will join with the Boat Friends Snowman, and you will be an official member of the Boat Friends group that we have. Good people having a good time, and we will be watching the ships. And once in a blue moon, we will be watching the weather. But just hit the subscribe button. That's all I ask. Not too big of a deal. And I'll make sure that we have a fun time together. But as always, thank you so much. I see there's Millie on there, William. I'll say hello to a few people. I see, yeah, again, El Michelle. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, she said she's excited to see the Great Republic leave. Believe me, I'm going to keep my eye out for that. Kirk, how are you? Very nice seeing you as well. But what we will do is I will be out here tomorrow and Sunday for you. So just have a wonderful Friday night, all of you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and what we have built together as a community. This is our community, period. There's no community with just one person. So I just happen to hold a camera and a microphone. But at the end of the day, this is just a vehicle, this YouTube, to connect good people together from around the world. And it truly is all around the world. So again, you have a wonderful Friday night or whatever night it is for you, wherever you're watching in the world. We will be back at this tomorrow. So be looking. Again, just hit the subscribe button, and we will get rocking and rolling tomorrow and through the weekend. So take care. I'm so happy you joined me, and now you got a full update with what's going on with the weather in Duluth, and we will see the next variation of the Boat Friends Snowman tomorrow. So you have a safe night, a wonderful night, and we will catch up tomorrow. Take care.